are now listening to another episode of Streets to Success with Frank, Jalil, and we got a special guest, Eddie, from Eddie and Chooch. Ed, how you doing today?
I'm got a special guest, man. We got Chooch in the building, too.
Yeah.
It's two guests with an S at the end.
Guesses.
Yeah.
I'm good, man. I'm good.
I'm gonna lie, I'm finally happy to meet Chooch, and you came with him, so good to see you, too.
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy we could do it. I know it's been a minute. I've been saying I'm going to get on here, and I had the time today. So
there's like so much to unravel. Like you might not even think you got a story, but from the outside looking in, dude, you got an amazing story. And Chooch is a celebrity, dude. So it's like you're a dad of a celebrity. You're like John Morant's dad.
Nobody cares about me. They only care about Chooch.
Yeah, but no, we'll get into even like how you and Chooch came together. But usually how we start off, Lil, with how we usually begin it.
Basically where you were born at, some of the stuff you went through coming up, all the way up to where you are now.
Well, I was born at Nazareth Hospital. I grew up in Oxford Circle.
What's Oxford Circle for the people that aren't listening from
lower northeast Philly?
Okay.
I grew up on Summerdale and Benner, if you know where them streets connect.
That's Frankfurt, right?
The other side of Frankfurt. So the other side of the boulevard.
Yeah.
You know how like Feltonville's on one side, Alney's on the other side, kind of like that. Yeah.
Up a little bit more north, right?
Went to St. Martin de Tours.
What's that?
It's a grade school parish.
On a boulevard.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Catholic?
I went to St. Martin de Porres on 24th and Lehigh.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
That's crazy.
It's a Catholic school.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, went to Catholic school, and I don't know, man. Growing up was cool. The neighborhood, it was just way different than shit is now. Like everybody knew everybody. It wasn't like I didn't grow up in a bad neighborhood, but I didn't grow up in like the projects were 2 blocks from my crib too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I didn't grow up in like a great neighborhood, but it was cool, man. It was
Like
cool.
middle class.
Middle lower class. Yeah.
Lower
My
middle
mom.
class.
I mean, we were lower class because I was raised by a single mom.
Okay.
Never met my dad. Still to this day. Never
Siblings?
met him. No, only child.
Only child raised by your mother.
Raised by my mom. Yeah,
Okay.
my mom's a saint, man.
How was that? I guess like your guys' bond was really close growing up. That's probably everything.
Like I said, I was going to Catholic school, so like for me to go to Catholic school, my mom put in a lot of work, overtime. So like, she wasn't really around a whole lot. Like I would go, as a young buck, you go to the baseball games and your football games, and like you go and like you see both parents with their kids.
Yeah.
And then you start to look at yourself like, damn, like I would walk to my games a lot of times, or like people's parents would pick me up and take me down Fishtown to play, and I would always say, man, where the fuck's my mom at? That would like bother me.
So who would watch after you if your mom was working all the time and your dad wasn't in your life?
Well, when I was real young, my aunt would watch me, but it's a different era. Like back then, like, when you were 10, 11 years old, you walked home from school and let yourself in.
Yeah.
So like, I was okay with that. Like I said, it was different. It was different. Now I feel like kids won't do that.
Nah.
But yeah, I had a lot of resentment. Like I was embarrassed to let people into my crib. Like my boys, they'll tell you they never came into my crib because I was embarrassed. I had, the small little tube TV, no cable, mismatched furniture, and then when I would go to their houses to watch, like, remember the show Oz, the prison show Oz? Just go to my boy's house to watch that because he had HBO.
Yeah, out of Beastie.
Yeah, like I didn't have any of that.
All right, I'm gonna show you out of Beastie when we get off.
You don't know? Oh, you never watch that, Sean?
No.
Yeah, it's a little.
Out of Beastie.
It can get a little weird. Serious gets a little weird. Yeah. But it's a prison show. But
that's why he's so aroused when you said it.
Aroused, that's the wrong word, but.
But like, so you go to other people's houses and you see like the bigger TV, the cable, both parents, the nice stuff, and you think to yourself like, man, why can't I have that shit, man? And I was always, like I said, I was always embarrassed to let people in my crib. But I said this before and I'll say it again. Let me make this clear. Like we grew up with no money, but like my mom always provided like food. I never went hungry, bro. I never went without heat. You know what I mean? So, and she put me through Catholic school. So,
now, did that affect your schooling?
Not grade school. When it started affecting it, like 13, 14. I feel like when the majority of kids like jump off the porch. You know,
Yeah.
When they start getting into the shit like outside, like, you know,
When I feel like when you got people that are starting to, you feel like people are starting to judge you, like, oh, I don't got the newest sneakers, or
I would
his
get one
house
pair of
is-
sneakers a year. One pair, man. My mom would buy me one pair. And I
See,
would
my mom
keep
had
them
8
joints
kids,
clean.
but my mom would make sure we had shoes on, go back to school, and then shoes on Easter. She would always like, they weren't no good shoes, but she
Yeah.
would make sure we all had new shoes though, at least.
Yeah.
So you were into sports and all?
Yeah, as a young buck, yeah. But once I hit like 13, 14, I just got tired of like walking to my games and just I was more at that point, like I had already clicked up with like my group of friends who I'm still very close to this day. And I was just more worried about what was going on. Like, you know, all right, what are we doing this weekend? Or like, you know, where are we drinking at? Or like, you know.
At 13 you
what
started
girl-
drinking?
13, 14, yeah.
What sports were you into?
Baseball, football. I played ice hockey, but it was for a local Tarkin ice rink. It's like an in-house league.
Yeah.
My mom couldn't afford to.
Travel teams?
Yeah, like Father Judge, I couldn't play for them. It was way too expensive. Ice hockey's an expensive ass sport, man.
Yeah.
And nowadays, baseball used to be the cheap sport.
Yeah.
That shit's all year round now. These kids fucking play baseball for all year long. Before it was just a summer.
Yeah.
It was
Now
a summer
it's
joint.
spring,
Now,
summer, and fall now.
yeah, it's all year. And then they got the camps,
Yeah.
the baseball bats. Like we use the community bat. You know what I mean? It's so different now. It's way different. But yeah, I had a lot of resentment, man. A lot of resentment, which turned into and fear of what people thought of me all the time. I was so worried, like my friends would judge me of the interior of my house, but they didn't give a fuck, man. That was my head telling me that, and
I was the
those
same way.
combinations, the fear and the resentment, it turns into a lot of anger.
Yeah.
They say anger is not a real emotion. It takes resentment and fear to build that, you know. And I was just an angry kid, man. Angry kid. I guess like your typical kid without a dad. You know what I mean? Without a dad around.
Now, did that turn into you getting in trouble into the streets?
Yeah, I mean, I was always outside.
Okay.
Was I in the streets like, you know, doing crazy shit? No, man, just normal stuff like drinking with my friends. You know, getting into fights every weekend. You know, nothing real crazy at that young age. You know, but the problem is like my alcoholism. Like when I take a drink, I don't think of any consequences, so I just react. I always react. So like, there's no talking. There's no, you know, I just fucking react, and I carried that all the way with me until I got shot in 2008. I was 24 years old, so I'm in my 20s acting like I was 15 still.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and man, it's not good.
But wait, let's get into like, all right, so you're going in high school. How were you academically?
I wasn't bad. I wasn't an honor.
C's, D, C, and B?
Average student. You know what I mean?
Did you graduate?
Yeah, I graduated. I didn't walk in graduation.
Okay.
I wasn't allowed. But like, I never applied myself, Frank. Like schoolwork to me, I wasn't a dummy. But I just didn't. I didn't try, man.
Yeah.
I didn't try. You know, I was so focused on the weekend. Like, and once Friday night came around, or you know, what we doing tonight?
Yeah.
School was just like, it just wasn't. You know, I think back now, I'm like, man, I wasn't a dummy. Like, I could have really went to a good college, probably. Like, if I applied myself, but. You know,
And
school, not for everybody.
No plan for after school? Like after high school? You didn't have no...
No, man, I was detailing cars. I was detailing cars, and then I thought about joining the military because I was like, what am I going to do? Like, I just didn't know. Like, I'm like, I want to join the military. So I went to a recruiter's office, and I have exercise-induced asthma. So I was honest with him, and I told him, and he's like, look, we ain't going to put that on there. And I said, bro, if I do this, I'm doing this as a career, my boy. Like, I'm not trying to be 10, 15 years in. They find out I have asthma and I lied, and they strip me of my pension, you know?
Yeah.
And he was like, all right, well, then maybe this isn't for you. And I was like, all right. Eventually, I got into my trade, my union, through one of my best friends, Kev. His family was real big into it. And, you know, I was excited. I was excited when I got in, man.
How old was that?
24. Right, it was
24.
right before that incident happened with me. Yeah, it's like I always say, it's like a kid from Philly the dream is like to get in the union.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
It
it's
is.
like, hey, I got the union, man. I made it, you know?
Yeah.
So I was excited, you know?
Thank God I didn't get in the union. No, I'm just. Mike was supposed to get me in the roofers union when I came home, and they weren't hiring at the time. And then I had someone else in the laborers union, and it didn't work out. So I just had to take any job, and it was a painting job, and it turned into what I got today.
You're
because
better off, man. Way better off.
yeah, sometimes things happen for a reason.
Yeah.
Because I might have been comfortable there. I don't want to lose my pension, or I got benefits. There's no like fear. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I'm glad I made a decision because they actually hit me up after I had my job. They sent me a letter to come and do like orientation, and I was like, "Nah, I'm working a job right now. I'm good, thank you."
Who, the painters did? Or
No, roofers union.
Yeah, it's tough work.
Yeah, I mean, I might have been the biggest roofer in the city, but
Better off doing your own thing.
So for-
even with roofers, man, they make out better on their
Yeah.
own, you know?
yeah, I've got a lot of roofer friends. So from 18 to 24, no purpose, no plan. Mom still working. Like you're not really spending time with your mom. No structure in the house. Is she telling you get out? Is she telling you get a job?
So at that point, she met a dude. So I had a stepdad, and I fucking hated his guts. I did. I didn't even go to their wedding. I didn't even go to my mom's wedding, man. And it was mostly me. I mean, he was a jerk off too sometimes, but like he's feeding off of my energy, man. And I was just an asshole. I was an asshole as a young kid.
You think because basically you was so used to getting so much attention from your mom, now she's spreading that attention out to
Or you're
him
the
as
man
well?
of the house?
Well, he moved into our crib on Somerdale Ave, and I'll never forget. Like I was having an argument with my mom, and I would listen to them argue all the time, and I wouldn't really get involved as long as he didn't take it far. There are a couple and he started getting in my face, and I remember I said you argue all the time. I don't worry about you, And then from that point on, like we just didn't have the best relationship, And we're good now. We're good now, man. I've been sober for over 12 years, so I just had I had an early
Congrats, bro.
Thanksgiving. Yeah, I had an early Thanksgiving with my mom. She lives in Myrtle Beach in South Carolina, so I feel bad, how I used to act. I think back a lot of stuff that I did, and I'm like, man, why?
Me too, bro. A lot of stuff that I did, like, I regretted, like, arguments with my dad and stuff like that. I think back at it now, and I'll be like, damn, bro, that was some effed up stuff I said or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But at the time, we don't think about it. We smoking weed, drinking, all this shit. We not thinking about it until we get older and mature more. You know what I'm saying? Now it's like, oh, man, now I see, like, his point of view.
Yeah, younger at that age, it's your world and everyone else is just living in it.
Right.
Like, it's my world, and if you don't act the way I want you to act, then I'm just going to disregard everything you're saying.
Facts.
Or, it's crazy being young and then growing up and maturing. And, at that age that you're talking about, you're saying from 18 to 24, it's like you're a man technically, but you're not really a man yet.
No.
Like, we know that, right? As men today.
Yes.
At 24, 23, 20, you're not a man yet. It's crazy to let you drink and drive cars at 21 years old, but that's probably when you make the worst decisions of your life.
We were drinking and driving as soon as we got the license.
Yeah.
It was normal though.
Yeah.
It was normal.
We was drinking and driving before we got the license.
when I tell people that, like that aren't from like, our era or our neighborhood, whatever, they're like, you were drinking and driving? And I'm like, yeah, but it was normal. Like it was normal for my boy Brady's dad to pick us up to take us to baseball. He would have the whole team in his van, and he'd be fucking drinking, bro. Like, that was normal shit.
You want to know what else was normal? Going into a restaurant and saying you want the smoking section.
Yeah.
They used to smoke in restaurants.
Yeah.
Bro, that's disgusting,
Yeah.
That's nasty, man. Ugh. I hate the smell of a cigarette.
So you get to 24 years old. This is right when you got in the union. So what did being in, like, all right, the podcast Streets of Success, as I say, you weren't all in on the streets, but being from Philadelphia, and it's inevitable for something to happen to you as, like, even as an innocent bystander, either your friend, either it could be the one wrong time, wrong place type of thing. So a little bit about your situation that, almost took your life probably.
Yeah, and then it started me into a whole nother, world of addiction and all that. So we were at a local establishment. I think it was my boy's birthday or something, and I had bumped into this dude. Now, I didn't even pay him no mind. I had bumped into him, and he came up to me, and he said some shit. I don't even know what he said. And I was like, bro, I'm not here to, fight. Like, I was trying to just keep it cool. So I put my hand out to shake his hand. He shook my hand. He pulled me in close, and he hit me with, just don't let it happen again, because I ain't the one. So my ego, my fear, my head's telling me, what's he think? He must think I'm a nut. Like, what the fuck's he think? No, I'm not the one, pussy. Like, that's what I'm thinking in my head. And I watched him walk to the bathroom. I told my boys, I said, I'm going to go hit this dude in the bathroom. And I always say this, like, I'm no angel, man. Like, it's a cause and effect thing on why this happened, right? I was wrong. And I walked into the bathroom. It was a small bathroom. One-man urinal. As soon as I walked in, he was pissing. I might have said something, and I stole him while he was pissing. It was fucked up, man. But that's like the type of shit. Like I said, I always reacted. I didn't think about. So we rumbled, and it got broken up. And he actually had dropped his car keys, and my boy Kev picked his keys up and gave me. He said, "Yo, here, you dropped this," and he fucking ran out the door because he knew what he was. You know what I mean? He was just disrespected. He was drunk. I was drunk. Now I don't know if he went to the car to get the joint or if he went home. I don't know. All I know is about a half hour later, I was arguing with the owner of the establishment because obviously he's like, Eddie, you can't be starting shit in my bar. And we're arguing, and this dude Pookie was like, yo, come on, you're going to get locked up. Let's go. And we started walking up the one-way street, and he pulled up, the dude. And I thought he wanted to fight again. So I was like, what's up? Let's run it. Like, all right, let's get busy. And he pulled it out, man. And I put my hands up in the air, and I said, bro, you're going to go to jail for the rest of your life. What are you doing? And I just remember he made this like mean face, and I saw the muzzle flash. And the only thing I'm thinking when that happened, everything was in like slow motion, man. Like my ears were ringing. I kept thinking, don't turn around. Like, don't show your back. Because, you get hit in your back, you're like, you'd be paralyzed. So I only heard 3 shots. That's all I heard. But he fired 9 rounds from a 380. 9 rounds, 7 hit me, 6 went through me, in and out. All extremities, though. Like, he didn't hit me.
Bless him.
Now, I put my hands in front of my face,
Where did you get hit at? Like, what area?
So I got hit in my thumb, my finger. I have nerve damage here. In my hand, out my hand. I don't know if you can see that exit wound right there. My forearm, shattered my forearm. My left femur missed a bone and artery, thank God. Just went through muscle.
That's a big artery.
My right knee.
That's
and
right.
then I was grazed on my right knee. So, yeah, man. Like, it's not really luck, though. It's God, bro.
Yeah.
It's fucking God, man. There's no other reason why I didn't get hit in my center mass. There's just no... He was only 10, 15 feet from me, man. It's not like... He wasn't standing far away. And it's not like these Jones these kids have now where you just tap a button and it's no, he fired 9 rounds, you know what I mean?
What was going through your mind at that time, like after you got shot?
Well, like I said, I only heard 3 shots, and I seen all the blood on my arms and my hands. And I remember the firehouse was right down the street, so they heard the gunshot. So the ambulance came quick. But I remember telling my boys, because this dude did this in front of like 20 people, like all my boys, like the whole bar was on the corner, you know what I mean? Because I was arguing with the owner. And I said, yo, my legs feel funny, man. And they took my pants off, and they're like, no, you're not hitting your legs. So I get what I'm thinking is all the blood was pumping from my heart, coming out of my arms, and maybe not coming out of my legs. But I had no idea how many times I was hit until I was in the ambulance. And I was going in and out of consciousness, and I remember being real cold, and they were like, Eddie, stay awake, stay awake. And I heard them say 14. And I was like, I remember I like jumped out of like a daze, like 14, the fuck? What do you mean? And they're like, well, we're counting entries and exits. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, I had no idea.
Are you still conscious though?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I was still conscious. Then I had to wait until my blood alcohol level came down to do surgery because they wouldn't put me under. So my bone was like hanging out of my arm, my right arm. It was a bad break. I had an 8-screw plate and a bone graft from a bone donor. People you don't think about broken bones when you get shot. You know what I mean? That shit goes right through your bones, shatters them.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, that shit changed my life. It really did. And it changed his life too. But I actually hear he's doing really good. And I seen a little thing on YouTube with him, and he was telling a story, and he said, I was wrong. I was going the wrong way in life, and I needed to sit down. And he got that, and he's a good dad now.
He served time?
Yeah,
He ended up serving time?
served 10 years. Yeah, he
Yeah.
did it in front of 20 people, bro. They got like his license plate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He turned himself in the next day.
Yeah.
And but I think me and him were meant to meet that night. I really do, because I would have kept doing what I was doing. I still would have been a loose cannon, being an asshole. Probably would have got killed. Somebody probably would have blew my head off by now. You know, because I was reckless, and he was doing whatever he was doing. I think he had 2 prior gun charges or something. You know, he says in his video, like, I was going down the wrong path, man. And I guess he came out and he's doing good. He's got a good job. He's a good dad. So I would like to actually, I don't know, reach out to him, or I would like to talk to him, man. I would like to apologize to him for that night, because I know why he did what he did. Some people were like, "You're crazy. He didn't have to shoot." No, he didn't have to. He didn't have to. But I didn't have to sucker punch him, man.
Yeah, you ain't had to go in the
I
bathroom.
was fucking wrong for that.
Yeah.
You know, fucking, like, you know, shit happens. It's a cause and effect thing. I did something fucked up, and you know, people die for that, man. You know, you know, it's fucked up. But I don't know why I did the shit that I did. You know,
But Ed, like, you're saying it like you're there. Do you know how many people are out there like you? I was one of them. There was plenty of people out there when they get alcohol in them, and then they deal with this ego or this pride, like, you ain't disrespecting me. No one's disrespecting me tonight.
Right.
Like, if you step on my toe, if you mess with talking with my friends the wrong way, and that's what alcohol does, man.
Yeah. Yep. It brings your ego out even more.
Yeah.
It's a whole, Jalil, we've had this conversation, man.
Yeah.
It's a whole mentality living in Philly.
Yeah.
You know, the disrespect, you don't want to be disrespected, and it takes a lot to turn the cheek, man. You know, it does.
No,
It does.
absolutely. Yeah.
It takes a lot. And that's why it's just such a thing in Philly. Like, everybody has an ego. Nobody wants to look like a pussy, you know? And it's just like, man.
And they willing to die, not to.
Yeah. Crash
it's crazy,
Or
man.
take someone else's life.
Yeah, or take somebody else's life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, over nothing. Over a temporary emotion.
Yeah.
You were, you know.
Yeah, because if he would have walked off and left the bar right there, and, you know, you didn't even make it back to the bathroom, let alone him coming back with his car, you wouldn't even probably remember it the next day.
No.
But you know what's crazy now, especially for these younger guys coming up in the city? Just him saying what he said, and the first initial contact from y'all guys would have led to a shooting.
Oh, yeah.
Not even a fight.
No.
Just words. Or you bumped him or did whatever. All right. And then they leave him right out and go try to shoot you. Wait for you to come out.
That's what I'm saying. I know why I got shot.
Yeah.
I don't understand some of these other. They take a life for nothing.
Yeah.
You know?
Just over words.
I just seen a John, and it was somebody just sent it to me. The guy had a dog, and he made a comment about the guy's dog.
Oh, yeah. That was in Strawberry
I'm
Mansion.
like, bro, like, what? What the fuck, man?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe there was something deeper than that. I don't know, because that sounds crazy to me. Like, you catch a body, possibly go to jail for the rest of your life.
Because he
take a
said your
man's
dog
life 'cause
was
he said
skinny.
yeah, it's crazy work, man. I don't know.
It's crazy, bro. That's
People
how
are
it
nuts,
is.
man. The city's nuts.
Yeah.
It really is.
So, Ed, how was...
Oh, go ahead. My fault.
No, you're good. I was just getting back to the story. Like, how was your recovery going through that? Like, you're got victimized. Like, I know no one likes to say it, but you were a victim of a shooting.
Yeah.
So how was your recovery physically and mentally after that?
Dude, it wasn't easy. So, like, I couldn't even turn a doorknob. Like, I couldn't even open up a door. Both my hands were fucked up. My arm was fucked up. I couldn't wipe my own ass, bro. My mom had to wipe my ass. Like, real shit. Yeah, it was. So I fell into a depression. I couldn't drive. My car was stick shift. I wasn't seeing my friends. I got mad skinny. I had them prescriptions though, them fentanyl patches and the perks. And my boy Dave, he passed away. God rest his soul. He's one of my best friends. But he was like, "Yo, you got to eat the gel out of them." And I started doing that. And I always say this, like, I was in such a depression, but them little pills, Frank, I don't know if you can relate. Like,
After I got shot,
they gave me just enough fake happiness to want to continue going on, because I was in a depressed state, bro. But, like, them little fucking things, the power of them little things
pills,
to take you out of your reality, yeah, man. Like, you know, I fucking needed them to, you know, not take my own life, because that's where my head was going. You know what I mean?
So how long to got 2 questions. How long did like fully recover to where you're able to function again, like with your hands and your movements and stuff? And also, like, did this turn into an addiction? Because for me, it did. And my justification was I got shot. Yeah. So I used to always have that. I got shot.
Time.
I need
you
them.
getting high.
Yes, absolutely. It turned into an addiction. I would be in pain, and I would say I need these pills for the pain, but the pain that I was in, most of it was caused from a detox that I didn't even know was detox. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like my detox would be like my back would hurt, my arm would hurt. I have no energy. I always thought a detox, not a detox, detox or withdrawal symptom.
Withdrawal, yeah.
I always thought like I envisioned like someone like throwing up or like the shakes, and I didn't get that. So I didn't know I was going through withdrawal, So yeah, man, I used to justify it a lot, and here's the deal. Here's the deal. Like I was in the pain because I was withdrawing, not because of my injuries. Yeah, I have joint pain, man. But I still hit the gym 4 days a week, and now, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I was just thinking of something so were you drinking at the time? After you got shot?
Oh, yeah.
You were still drinking too?
Oh, yeah.
And with the pills?
Yeah.
That's a dark place to be. Cocaine. After you got shot?
Loved cocaine, yeah.
And so this is going on, now you're 25, 26?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Still now you're using? Yeah. Now you're mixing all 3?
All 3. But I didn't, so I was in my union at the time. Mm-hmm. I got through my whole apprenticeship, and I never used to get bent at work. Like, it was always like a thing after work. Like, I would be miserable all day at work. Mm-hmm. And once it got to like 2:30, 3 o'clock, I knew, and I would get a text. I would be in like such a great mood because I knew I was going to get what I needed, like right after work. You know what I'm saying? It's just all a mental game. How many times have you been laying on a couch, you couldn't get nothing, right? And you're feeling like shit. Like, God, I don't want to do nothing. And then you get that phone rings. All right, yo, come through. You jump up, like the feeling of euphoria.
You feel high before you even get the drugs.
All of a sudden, you feel amazing. Yeah, you feel better than when you even get what you need. And that tells you, man, it's fucking 99% mental.
I remember when, after I got shot and I was chilling with people that also did pills, so I was doing them, being around people that was doing them, getting them prescribed, doing what I was doing with that, hanging around people that were doing them. And I would take it and start rolling up a blunt. And before that blunt's even rolled in there's no way the pill kicked in. I never sniffed it or nothing like that. But I'm already feeling like in a good mood. It was crazy. I'm like, I'm about to get on for the night.
Yeah. Yep.
It's like what I used to look forward to. It's crazy.
It's a fake happiness. That's what it's like a fake ass happiness, man. Them little pills.
How long did this this last after you got shot? Like this addiction that
up until I was 29 years old.
Like what's that? Like 3 years?
5 years after you got shot.
5, 24.
But you got to remember though, Jalil. Like I always had the isms. Like I was doing shit every weekend before that. Like you know what I mean? Like I was a weekend warrior, I guess they call it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So like I already had a mental obsession with my boy Joey. He used to sell oxys. This was when oxys, the 80s, were out. And on a Friday night, because I was detailing cars on Saturday morning, so I wouldn't go out to the bar. So I used to look forward to, he would break me off a little piece of Oxy 80, and I would eat it. Just eat it at the crib. I'd order a fucking cheesesteak and watch a movie, eat a big-ass bowl of ice cream and scratch my face off, and I loved it. And that was like an every Friday thing before I got shot. So it was only on Fridays, though. And I would look forward to that all week. So, like, the mental obsession, it was already there. Yeah. But once I got access to, the prescriptions, it was a wrap.
Oh, yeah, it's a wrap.
Because the mental obsession was already there.
And the crazy thing is how you just said that routine and looking forward to that piece of pill, the cheesesteak, scratch your face off. Like, dude, it's the same exact thing if you take that out with other things in your life now when you look at it like that.
Yeah.
Like, I can't wait to get up the mountain sometimes.
Right.
And, like, get out of the neighborhood. Or I can't wait to, you know what I mean, have a meeting on Monday with my guys. And I'm like, I feel more alive. Like, there's things in your life that you have already that you take drugs out of it. You just don't look at it like that because you don't appreciate it.
Right.
You don't appreciate that cup of coffee in the morning.
No, yeah.
You just, like, it's there and it's accessible. Like, so for me, like, going to prison, did that a lot for me.
Yeah,
Because
me
like
too.
you gotta appreciate every little thing to find your happiness.
Yeah.
So like when I get on that phone, you get like a little. It's like getting high. Getting on the phone is like a spike in your fucking mental. You're like talk to some folks out there. Da, da, da.
Yeah.
Or if you got some money coming on your commissary, you plug your tablet in, you download some songs. I got like 5 new songs I'm listening to.
Yeah.
Like it's like shit. Like out here, people take that for granted. You
Yeah.
can listen to any song whenever you want out here. So like you're listening to your favorite music, that don't really make you happy anymore because you're not thinking of it like you don't appreciate it.
I got a example with my boy Eddie because he served some years in Allenwood and then he was in Florence, Colorado, Max Federal. But like I was just telling you guys, he went to he's in a minimum security now in Louisiana, and he hit me up the one day and he saw a turtle out his window, and he was like so excited because when he was in Florence, he was in the Max #1, and he was there during COVID, so they were locked down like 23 hours a day for fucking months. Should be fucking illegal, man.
Yeah.
It's fucked up. But like we were just saying, like the simple things. He's like, bro, I saw a turtle.
Dude,
Out my window.
You
I
don't
was
understand, like they would have like once a year or something, and you can order like different creamers off a commissary. Remember HFC?
Oh man, we used to go crazy.
You could get like a French vanilla creamer, or you can get like a different type of coffee, like a Colombian coffee, and you only
Right.
get it once a year. You're like,
Yeah.
you're looking forward to that. You're stingy with it. You're not like you're not even drinking it every day.
That
You're
coffee
drinking that
would
like
last like a year.
yeah,
to the
because you
next
ain't drinking
time.
it like that.
Seriously,
You're like, I'm
bro.
saving this for Friday.
Yeah,
It's crazy, man.
that's how I used to be though. Looking at wildlife, I'm like, damn, it's a hummingbird outside. I'm like, I've never seen one of those before. Just
you know
how
what
it
it
is,
is,
and makes
dude?
you appreciate everything.
You just gotta
man.
be grateful for everything that you already have in front of you. Like you keep trying to chase the next thing. Getting high it was one of them. Like you're
Right.
chasing the next thing. You just got to be happy for what you have. And like even though it might not be a lot, or it is a lot compared to the person that don't got nothing, that don't got
Right.
their freedom.
Exactly.
So if you I always look at it as like if you compare yourself and what you have to somebody that got more than you, then you also have to step back and compare it to somebody that has less than you, and then you're right where you're supposed to be.
But then it's harder too because you can pull your phone out your pocket, go on social media, and you seeing everybody just doing everything, and even if it's fake, you might see somebody with all these bust down chains jumping on and off a private jet. It might be anything, a green screen, whatever.
It's a lot
But
of pump faking on.
yeah,
Instagram,
it'll
man,
make you
know?
feel less as a person if you let it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But they say
If you let it.
comparison is the thief of joy.
Yeah.
So if you just take everything for what it is, like even if you do have that regular coffee and your celly got the better coffee, there's somebody 2 cells away that don't got no coffee.
Right.
So it's like you have to be grateful for what you have at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And then
I
I
remember
think
you used to knock on my cell door all the time. Let me get some coffee.
you lying. I always had coffee. I always had coffee like I always had weed when I smoked weed. I still got coffee. I got big beans.
What's up, Chooch? You good?
Oh, Chooch is coming on set. Can you get him up here?
Come here.
We're gonna get into that
don't
story
know.
too.
I don't know if we'll jump up.
That's it.
Chooch, Frank got treats. Here. Come here. Up. Chooch. Up.
Hey.
Oh,
Chooch, come here. Up.
yeah, Chooch.
Up. Up.
If he comes down further.
Come here. He can't get it.
Closer to him. Put it closer to you.
No, right where you just
Right here?
had it.
Right here.
Yeah,
Good boy, Chooch. Good boy.
It's your heart right there.
Oh man, that's my son. I don't have any kids, man. So
So how do we first off, how do you get over the addiction? We're going to get into Chooch in a minute. Maybe that might be part of it, but how do you overcome this addiction that you got so deep into?
So there's a couple of things that happened. I was working a shutdown at an oil refinery, and that's when the oil refinery shuts down all their equipment, right? And they bring in all the trades. So you got all the trades there, and they're working mad overtime to do what they got to do because it's scheduled. Like by law, they have to shut this maintenance stuff down.
Okay.
So it's mad people, and you run into different neighborhood dudes that you know from outside, and I started getting bent at work. Basically, I ran into some people I knew.
Yeah.
They had Jones on them. I was getting high at work, and I seen this dude Brian. I won't say his last name. He's in my union, and I hadn't seen him in like some months, and he had a special glow about him. And I knew he used to do what I did. You know, he got high the same way that I did. And I said, bro, you look good, man. He was all in shape and shit. I'm like, bro, you look good. What's going on? He's like, yo, Ed, I went to rehab. And I was like, rehab, really? You know, and it was like a little seed that he planted in my head that night and or that day. And that's one thing that happened. The other thing, you know, I had a cell phone, right? And a dude, Eric, at work stepped on it. So he broke my cell phone. Now, I had just gotten into a little car accident. So my car was in a shop, so I didn't have a car either. So now I'm a drug addict, alcoholic with no phone to call anybody and no car. So it was like a struggle, like getting what I needed after work, you know? And I asked my boy Johnny at the time I was living with him. I said, yo, can I borrow your car? I want to go meet someone. He's like, yeah, go ahead. And I was driving, and I remember I pulled over on the side of the road, bro. And I was like, I don't know what got into me, man. I was crying like a baby. I was like in tears. And I was like, God, if you're listening, man, like, I need you to either help me or take me because, like, I can't do this shit no more. Like, I was starting to look up ways on how to take my own life because that relief that I used to get from them pills, it wasn't working no more, bro. Like, it stopped working. It wasn't doing shit for me. It was just a maintain thing.
Do you know why? You probably didn't graduate
No, I didn't.
to other stuff.
Right. I didn't. And I thank God all the time that I didn't. Like, it was like a gift and a curse, right? Because I knew enough neighborhood dudes. I never had to have no money on me to pick up what I wanted, bro. It was like I would get shit on consignment. And then on payday, they knew I was good. I had a good name, you know, and I would pay them. I'd be giving, like, the one dude I would give, like, $500 a week. And I was always in debt. But, like, he knew he was getting a fucking paycheck from me. He knew I wasn't going nowhere, you know what I mean? So I never had to, like, look for nothing else. Like, you know what I mean? But it was bad because I could always...
It's accessible.
all the time.
Yeah.
You know? And I'm just thankful I got sober when I did, man. It's a different world now. Everything's fake. All the 30s out there are fake, man. You know?
And you weren't doing anything like out of morals as far as like robbing people, stealing.
Nah, I would
maybe
scrap.
like middleman stuff or something. Your boy needs it.
I would do that a lot. yeah. Like scripts
Yeah.
and ounces of coke and shit. I would do that.
You
a
get
lot.
your cut out of it. Middleman
Yeah,
shit.
right. Yeah, or I would upcharge it. You know what I mean?
But you
say I was paying $13 a pill for out of 100 for a script, and I would mark it up. You know what I mean? And make some money off it like that.
But you weren't doing anything robbing, stealing.
Nah, I would take some copper off jobs once in a while.
Yeah.
Not like you know, scrap shit.
Yeah.
Like shit that someone else was going to scrap.
Yeah, you get to it first. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I would go to the
People that don't
scrapyard.
get high do that.
Then I would go to the scrapyard in Chester because that's where I was working, and I would be judging every motherfucker in there. Look at these fucking losers scrapping these fucking bums. Here I am. I'm making good money, right? Fucking like, you know, 6 figures probably.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm scrapping fucking copper. Are you kidding me? I'm the fucking loser. You know.
So after you had your aha moment, was there any times when you were like, man, like I'm thinking about going back? Like, was it a struggle for you, or you just did
the
good?
No, man, I never really thought about getting high again, man. There was so I went to rehab for 28 days. I did a recovery house. I met a lot of Fishtown dudes in there. We were talking about that earlier. And I was programmed up. I had a sponsor. I did the whole AA. Anything that they told me to do, bro, I did. Because I didn't want to feel that way ever again, you know? And in 2013, so I got sober in 2012. In 2013, my boy Dave, he's one of my best friends, man. He got jammed up. He tried to rob a poppy store in Kensington. And, you know, no gun or nothing. He just tried to strong-arm them. And there was an off-duty cop in there, and they beat the shit out of him. Long story short, he was facing a state sentence, so he had, like, mad anxiety. He did not want to go to jail, and he was prescribed Xans, and the one night he decided to eat a bowl of cereal with half and half. He was all, you know, Xanaxed up, and he choked on his vomit, and he passed away. He was on life support, and then, you know how that goes, man. And he ended up passing away. So that was the one time where I didn't have Chooch at that point, man. So I was like, I was fucked up, and I was only sober for like a year. And Dave was one of my best friends, man. He was a good dude. I think all the time, like, man, what would it be like if he was still alive? You know, he has a son who he loved, and that fucked me up. I wouldn't say I wanted to get high or drink, but I felt weird, Frank. Like, I can't even describe it. Almost like I was in a daze for like 2 weeks. And I knew I didn't want to keep feeling that way.
Yeah.
Like, I just felt weird. Like, everything was just fucking like a blur, you know? But I had a dream. You know what helped me out? I had a dream of him. And in the dream, he came up from behind me and he put me in a chokehold. Pause. He put me in a chokehold and he was like, yo, Eddie, I'm fucking proud of you, man. And that kept me going. Real shit. That fucking kept me going, man. Because I was trying to get him sober. After he did that robbery, I was trying to get him sober. I was bringing him to meetings. We watched that movie. Remember that movie Flight with Denzel Washington?
Yeah.
The alcoholic pilot.
Oh, yeah.
He was so happy I watched it with him. He's like, man, thank you for watching it. Like, you know, I was trying to bring him around and he was doing okay. And, you know, he loved Xanax, man. He loved them, you know. So that was the only time, though, that I can say, like, you know, I was fucked up.
Yeah.
You know?
So were you living by yourself at this time? Like, who's your friends?
I
Who's
was
your
living
surroundings?
with my boy John. Yeah, I was renting off him.
And you have good surroundings, good people around you at this time?
Yeah. Yes.
So how does you still got your union job?
Still got, yep.
How does Chooch come around now? What's the situation with that?
Chooch, fast forward a few years, I bought my house in 2016. And I didn't have any kids. So I was like, man, I'd like to get a dog. You know, it was just on my mind. And I did a bunch of research on the type of breed that would suit me best. And now I'm allergic to dogs too. I told you the guys that earlier. So like, I never had a dog growing up. I was never one of them crazy dog people, man. You know, I just looked at a dog like, it's a dog, you know? And my friend Jess, who's sober, she had a small litter. Chooch had a brother and a sister. I know who had his sister and I know who had his brother. John Mulvena, Fishtown guy, actually had his brother. And when I went to look, she's like, yeah, come over. You can look at them. And Chooch ran right up to me, man. His brother and sister were picking on him. And they were fucking him up.
With you being allergic to dogs, what made you want to get a dog? If you knew you
Just
were...
because I didn't have any kids, you know? I didn't have any kids. And I just, I feel like as a man, you want to provide for something. It's just in
purpose,
our
some type of
nature.
purpose, yeah.
Yeah, it's in our nature. Like we want to provide. And I don't know. It just seemed like a good idea.
Did anybody like say like what a dog does for them, and it like stuck with you, or it was just like
No, I didn't. It wasn't like that. Or like I said, I never knew I would have such a connection with my dog, man.
So how did it come about that someone hit you up like, hey, my dog's having puppies, or were you actively looking on like Facebook? Did you make a post anyone got puppies?
Yeah, So my friend Jess, she had a male and a female bullies, and she's not like a big time breeder or nothing. She just had a litter, a small litter. All the dogs lived in the house, and she was kind of giving them away to people in AA. She was in AA. Yeah. So my buddy Mike got one. He's a plumber. He's in AA, and John Mulvena got one, and they both passed away though, unfortunately.
Your dogs? Wow.
Yeah, cancer, both of them. So now I'm always looking at Chooch like, come on, bro, I need you, man. You can't go. You can't leave me yet, man.
So how long ago did they pass?
So the sister just passed a few months ago, and the brother passed over a year ago. Had cancer in his jaw. Yeah, I think it's shit in the food, man.
Yeah. Do you think the lady just knew the effect that it would have on y'all?
No.
No?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
I don't think so.
She gave it for free too.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Man, that's a blessing, man. So it's clear to say that this is probably one of the best relationships you had
Facts.
in your life, man.
Facts. Yeah, man. He's been. So I bought my house in 2016. I got him in 2017. So he's been like the one constant thing in my house, you know. So he's just been a part of the whole process of being a homeowner. He's been with me the whole time. So, and there's other ups and downs. You know, I went through in life. You know, my grandma. I come from a small family because I don't have a dad's side. You know, so when my grandma passed away, I was a little messed up. You know, he was there for me, man. They know when you're going through something. You know, and no matter how bad of a day I have at work, when I walk in that door, bro, he comes up either from upstairs or wherever. He comes wagging his tail, and he gives me a hug out on the front step every day. And I just forget about all the worries of the day, no matter what went on that day. I could have just been in a road rage incident, and then I come home, I forget about that shit. You know?
Yeah.
He's just like people with their kids. You know what I mean? They come home, you see their kids, and you just see that smile, man. And yeah.
Okay. I wanted to hit on the airport situation, man. How did that go, man?
Man, so
Wait. Before we get to the airport, how did Chooch become so famous? Like,
yeah, we can't skip over that part.
How did Chooch blow up? Like,
so Chooch.
let's real quick. How many followers on all of your platforms? You know that Chooch has.
So on Instagram, I think he's at like 750,000.
Okay.
TikTok 1.4 million. He's been like stagnant on there for a while. Like TikTok's being a little weird, man. They play they like to play games. But and then I just started on YouTube like not even a year ago. So I think he's at close to 12,000 subscribers on YouTube. I do have a Facebook page, although I'm not active on it. I think he has like 250,000 on there, but there's so many fake pages.
I went to look for you. I went to look for you on Facebook because I got you on Instagram and all TikTok, and I typed it in, and there's like 10 of them, and I'm like,
It's all fakes.
I don't know who like to
Fake
follow.
downloads.
And even I think like the one with the most followers, is that you?
Probably 250.
Yeah, it's like 250,000. Yeah.
Pull it up.
So what was it? One video? Was it what made you post them? Like
That's the Facebook.
only account. Rest is fraud.
So 235,000
Okay.
on Facebook. But I'm not. I was off Facebook for years because I hate it.
That's too much bickering.
Yeah, I don't care about your political party, bro. Fuck. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I got to go to work every day. You know, I don't give a fuck who's
Gotta put
president.
gas in my car no matter how much it
Yeah,
costs.
the fuck.
So Ed, what made you start putting Chooch on the internet? And what was the one thing that you seen like spark? I actually remember your video before I even knew people that were mutual friends with you. My girl actually sent it to me. It was when you came walking in, and it was might have been one of your biggest videos. You're walking in and you're in your work clothes, and you're like talking to them. You're having a heart to heart with them.
So that's I think that's pretty much it. Like I would just post like, you know, I was in the crib by myself. I didn't have a girl at the time, so I would have conversations with him. I talked to him like he, like he was a fucking human.
Yeah.
Because he looks at me like he understands.
He
half
does.
the time, just staring at me like, okay.
Yeah.
So I just talked to him. I just started recording that and posting it. And like I used to think I was like a weirdo for like doing that. And until I started posting that, and people from all over the country, all over the world now will be like, I'm the same way with my dog. You know, my dog means the world to me, just like you. I don't have any kids either. He's like, so just me being myself, Jalil, we've had this conversation. Like, if you could be anybody in this world, just be yourself, man.
Yep.
People will appreciate it a lot more. And I know in the beginning, I would get screenshots of people like, so-and-so's like talking shit about you on this platform of social media. And I'm like, yeah, well, he lives with his parents. So, like, I'm not, you can't worry about, people are going to talk shit. You know what I mean? No matter what you're doing. And you can't let that affect what you're putting out. Because it's always more positive than negative, But just being myself, man. That's what I feel like. I think people resonated with that, and the relationship I have with my dog.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people can relate.
Did it start off by you? Did it start off by you just like was it your personal page and you were posting him on it, and then it became Ed and Chooch, or did you like start off? I'm gonna make a page for him. Like specifically?
Well, I always had posted him to my social medias, like always, but more so pictures, right? And then like I downloaded TikTok in 2022, maybe 2000, yeah. And I started posting it on there, and that's where he started getting traction.
Videos.
Videos, yeah, and with captions and stuff. And then I met my girl, and my Instagram wasn't shit. My Instagram was just like couple pictures of Chooch, me and my boys, and it was just she's like, babe, you gotta like clean this up. And I only had like 5,000 followers, I think, and that was June 23, I think. We were in Florida, and she cleaned it up for me, like put the bio and all, and I started posting everything I post from TikTok. I post on there, and the following just started going crazy.
Dang, so you went from 5,000 to what? 700 and what? 50,000 now?
Yeah, in less than 2 years.
In less than 2 years. Wow.
Yeah,
And it's all organic too.
Yeah, it's all organic. I'm sure there's like bots and stuff
yeah.
that follow me. You know what I mean? But yeah.
Well, you can look at your comments and see like it's 3,000 comments. Like there ain't that many bots in there. That's dude. It's so relatable, right? It's dogs. I didn't care for dogs until I got my own dog, and like I don't have no kids either.
Right.
So like now I'm like I know he's there waiting for me right now to come in because he's not doing anything but waiting on my bed, waiting for me to come in, and he's gonna be happy as shit when he sees me, and he's gonna.
You better
She's
relax.
some treats.
He's gonna be happy as shit to see me. He's gonna want to cuddle with me when I'm sitting down. He's gonna jump up and want to go for it. And it's just like you are their world.
Yes.
Like they probably dream about you. Yeah, Chooch probably dreams about you.
They say that that's what they dream about a lot. Their owners when they're in a dream.
Yeah.
You know, they wait all day just for you to come home to spend a little bit of time with them. And that's what I remind myself all the time when I don't feel like giving them I don't want to say the word, a WALK.
Yeah.
I'm a little tired or whatever. I just remind myself, man, he's been fucking waiting for me all day.
Yeah.
So that's the least I can do. Take him. He gets so happy. It's the little things in life. We were talking about the little things in life when you guys were locked up and like, you know, they appreciate the most simplest things, bro.
Yeah.
Simple things. Little belly rub, you know, little car ride, whatever. They fucking, it's like they love it.
Dude, and I seen something you posted and it was so relatable. I'd rather sit in with him and watch a game than go to a game or go with my friends.
Right.
Like I'll go out here and there, and I don't drink either. I don't do nothing. But I'll go to a Sixers game, Phillies game, or I'll go hang, go eat something and hang out. But like, I'm perfectly fine with staying home with my dog.
Yeah, me too, man.
And he loves it.
I look forward to it. I look forward to it. Friday night, order some pizza. Fucking, you know what I mean?
Pizza Crust
Pizza
Friday.
Crust Friday, baby. Yeah,
Ew, how did now other people are starting the trend of Pizza Crust Friday.
yeah.
So how did that come about?
I don't know. I just used to.
Always order pizza on Friday.
Yeah, and I would always give him some of the crust because, like, got to stay away from the carbs, bro. You know what I mean? So he would help me out. Like I would, I'm not really big on crust anyway, and I don't give him a lot. Like some people comment and are like, it's all Debbie Downers. Like
I was gonna say,
pizza crust ain't good for dog. It's like, yo, bro, it's not his dinner. Okay, he ate his dinner. I'm giving it to him as a treat. So 2-3 pieces of crust once a week. It's not gonna hurt.
did you do research on it to see?
No.
Because someone will come in with facts and people are crazy.
Social media is so crazy.
Yeah.
Now, do you think that's a tradition that you carried on from back then when you used to go home and Fridays eat your cheese steak? You think so?
You took your little piece, you gave him a little piece.
Yeah, maybe, man, maybe. That's funny
But
as
do you
shit.
see how it's the things that you already have in this world, going getting pizza, feeding it to your dog, you look forward to that. Was the same way. Friday you get your little piece, you get your cheesesteak, you look forward to that. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
You just
get the same
replaced the thing that made you happy.
Yep, I look forward to going to the gym too. A lot.
Yeah.
That's a good. I tell people all the time, like that's so good for your mental health.
Yeah, relieve so much stress. Yeah.
And just get active any way that you
Feel on
can.
purpose,
Some people
getting
like
your
to
heart
run.
going.
Some people like to run. Some people like to hit the heavy bag. Some people,
You know what's crazy? I think often when I try to talk my way out of the gym, it's like there's people that physically can't go to the gym. Either they're in a wheelchair, they don't got a limb, they're really old, they're sick. And I have the privilege and opportunity to go to the gym, and I'm turning it down.
dude.
It's crazy.
I just seen today, young kid, probably in his late 20s. He must have served. He was missing an arm, and he was in there, and he was husky as shit. He was big as shit. Yeah, one arm. I seen another dude. I haven't seen him in a while. He's paralyzed, and he's so in shape.
Yeah.
And he gets mad. Like I would try to help him with the dumbbells. I'd be like, "Yo, you need it?" I'm like, I got it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "There's no fucking excuse.
Yeah.
If these dudes are in there, these people are fucking paralyzed. They're in there fucking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's no excuse. So, yeah, man.
That was a moment I had for praying. I went to go pray, and there was this guy that was next to me. Like his whole left side of his body was like done. Like, and he still was getting down. He would prostrate, his face still hitting the ground.
Yeah.
Like, so it was like, dang, if he can pray, why can't I pray every day? You know what I'm saying?
I thought that was Chooch.
He just wanted to touch my leg, man. No diddy.
Yeah, so this dog changed your life and probably kept you sober, maybe, or at least like give you more of a purpose?
I always say Chooch saved my life because there was times where like I was going through real life shit, and you know, I went through a breakup, and I was with someone for a lot of years, and you know, when we split up, it wasn't that I was upset about the breakup. I wasn't. I didn't care about that. I was more so upset coming home to a house that I had bought to start a family, you know, and it was like it felt empty, but it wasn't empty because Chooch was still there.
Boy,
Yeah, so like he, you know, you go through certain things and they're right by your side, man. You know, and they listen. They might not understand, but sometimes you just need someone to vent to. And I say that all the time, like. He'll fucking look at me like he understands.
Yeah,
that's cool with me. I can vent. I can get shit off my chest.
and he won't judge you.
Nah,
And he won't tell nobody.
nope. Keep all your secrets, man.
He does. I think I read something. I don't know how true it is, but they said dogs understand up to 1,000 words from their owners.
I believe it.
Yeah.
I believe it.
Yeah, you say that W word, he'll understand.
Yeah.
If I say, usually when I say pizza, he knows.
Yeah.
Chooch, look,
He's talking about
he's
you.
looking. He's looking. You want some pizza?
Hey, Chooch. Here,
Get it. Uh-oh, he just hit the camera.
come here. Come around.
Like y'all playing with me, man.
Yeah, he knows. He knows when it's Friday. Like once I pick up the phone and I order, his ears perk. He fucking knows. And now he's looking out the window. He's waiting for the driver. He's waiting for the pizza guy. Yeah, he knows.
That's like Lil,
They
too.
know the
Lil-
routine,
when
everything.
Logan's busy, he's at the door waiting for the
That's how
driver.
we're all like that.
Sometimes I don't wait for the driver. I'll be like, listen, I'm gonna just come
halfway?
pick it up.
I'll meet you halfway.
Yeah, it's taking too long. Seriously. But yeah, man.
good?
This
All right, well, we got Chooch, man. Chooch is the man. Chooch is the man's best friend. He's a celebrity. He got a co-star now.
I do.
Chooch has a co-star.
Yes.
How
yes,
did
he
this
does.
come about? And what?
Man, crazy stories. So me and my girl, we went to Puerto Rico, and it was our first full day there. She wanted to go to some low key beach. She doesn't like going to the real popular touristy spots, you know. So we went to a low key beach, and there was this dog. There was a pickup truck, and this dog was by the pickup truck, and I don't know if the pickup truck was feeding her or what.
yeah.
And we got out of the car,
Yeah.
and she came right up to us. And all I had on me was a protein bar. It's like, all right, bro, I pack light for the beach, so I gave her a piece of the protein bar, thinking she would just leave after that. And she fucking followed us we walked through the mangrove. It took us a good, I don't know, half a mile to walk to the beach, and she followed us the whole way. And then when we got to the beach, she went into the water with me. She took a nap on the seaweed behind us, and she stayed with us the whole time. She felt comfortable enough to go to sleep.
Yeah.
And then when we were about to leave, because we had shit to do, we had shit that we had paid in advance for. So
Excursions and
we had to go. So I said, babe, let's not wake her up.
Yeah.
Let's just leave without her. And she fucking followed us back to the car.
Now, what was the condition of her when you seen her? Does she look like she was somebody's dog,
No.
or?
She was so skinny,
And is
muddy,
this-
drinking puddle water. She was drinking puddle water.
And is this an area that's known for like?
Yeah, it is. It's a beach in Saba. Yeah, it's known for people to dump their dogs.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm about to sit there and wait for him. Just try to dump it in front of me because I'm gonna dump you.
So many, bro. There's so many stray dogs, and it's not even. It's sad enough that they're strays, but like, people abuse the stray dogs over there. Like,
Why would they even do that? What are you getting out of beating it?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I just seen a video. Somebody cut it with a machete. Cut this dog with a machete. The girl who helped me rescue, CiCi. She runs a nonprofit called Souls of Santos. She was showing me the video, and I was like, man, how do you do that to an innocent dog? If you don't like dogs, that's cool. You don't have to abuse them, you know?
That's crazy. I think he's shaking us down now, Chooch.
Yeah.
You got, Chooch,
You like y'all sweet, man.
Listen, bro.
Give me that.
Enough is enough, man. Okay?
No more.
That's what they used
No
to do to
more.
Frankie in
He said, "I
jail
know
for
it's
his
Friday."
commissary.
He
About
said,
to
"I
put
know
him in a
it's Friday."
bathroom. Get
I
out
know
of here.
it's Friday. So then what happened after you walked off? You left her there?
So yeah, I left. We left her, man. So we were in an Airbnb, and the Airbnb, the owner lived up top.
Yeah.
So like I couldn't bring her home.
And that thought crossed your mind, though.
It did. I talked to my girl, and she's like, "No, fuck that. We can't do that. She could have fleas, and it could get in the head." I'm like, "Yeah, you're right. Like you don't know." So we drove off, and she chased the car down, bro. Like she ran after the car. I was like, "Oh man." So now I post this footage. The next day, we had a trip lined up to go to Culebra, which is a little island off of Puerto Rico. Now, I post all this content of the day we spent at the beach with this stray dog, and fucking John Jones from the UFC,
You just won. Yeah.
he comments on my reel, and he's like, "You better go get that fucking dog." He's like, "That's probably the best time that dog's had in a long time." And I told my girl, I said, "Babe, if John Jones said we got to get this dog, we got to get this dog."
I don't want to fight me for not
So
listening.
we spent the day in Culebra. Man, I was so tired because we woke up at 4:30 a.m. to catch the ferry, and we came back around 5. Now, in the meantime, people were tagging rescues in Puerto Rico because I didn't know how to go about. You know, I'm on vacation. I didn't know how to go about this. So the lady Chelsea hit me up, and she said, "Listen, if you find her the next day, I'll help you. All you have to do is get her and meet me. I'll take care of everything. I'll get her vetted. And if you want to bring her home, I have connections. I can get her on a plane." And that's how it was. We went back the next day after Culebra.
Yeah.
So it was a long day. So I was tired. And then we went to where I thought she was going to be.
Yeah.
And she wasn't there. And we talked to some older women that were feeding cats. And they said, go, there's a little neighborhood over there. Go over there. A lot of times the vendors throw food out for the dogs. So that's where we went to a neighborhood, and there she was, man. My girl spotted her, and I was so happy. I was happy as shit. And she jumped right in the car. Like, there was no resistance. Like, she jumped right in the car with us, man. You know? She knew.
So what was the stages to get her back to Philly?
So I met up with Chelsea. We drove about an hour to meet her because she lived in Dorado, which is a little further out.
The treats.
Chooch, you better stop.
I hate when Lil gets like that with me too.
You're trying to be a bully. You're trying to be a bully. And
He's
it's not
shaking
working.
them down.
So I met Chelsea with CeCe, and she took her to the vet the next day because obviously the vet was closed that night, and she had really bad hookworms, which were like sucking her dry. The hookworms are intestinal worms.
Yeah.
And then she tested positive for heartworms, that can be deadly for a dog.
Hell yeah.
So that kind of sucked. The heartworms transferred through by a mosquito. 1 in 3 dogs in Puerto Rico has them. They can live with them for a while, but eventually it will kill the dog. And it's very expensive to treat, but they were able to fix her.
Can you get rid of them
Yeah,
completely?
yeah.
Okay.
So we went through the treatment. But just to get her home, like Chelsea took care of getting her fixed, vetting her, giving her all her shots, and then she put her on a plane. And the plane drove, so we were already home by this time. The plane flew to Miami, and then they have volunteers to drive from Florida. They drive these dogs up to, the Northeast, Massachusetts, Philly, Baltimore, So it worked out. It worked out really, really good, man.
How much did she weigh? Do you remember? Because isn't there like a weight limit for dogs to fly them?
I don't know, but she gained almost 20 pounds since we got her. Oh man, I want to say she might have been like 39 pounds when we first met her, and I think she's like almost 60 pounds now.
So the personality difference between her and Chooch, did you know did you think they were going to get along? Where you questioned it?
I knew they were going to get along because Chooch gets along with everybody.
Yeah.
He's all love, man. He doesn't have a mean bone in his body.
Right now, he sounds like he wants to
he just wants
mess
to
somebody
chill.
up.
He's a little chump. He's scared of his own.
He said, "Y'all cutting into my time. It's Pizza Friday, man."
He just keeps ground. Chooch, come here.
I want to get some
come
pizza
on.
too, actually.
Knock it off, okay? Yeah, I knew Chooch would get along with her. With her, I mean, I could tell she was a very friendly dog. She was a little food aggressive in the beginning with Chooch, so I was feeding them separately. She could get snippy, you know, but that's calmed down a lot. And I'll only feed them together if both of their bowls are down at the same exact time, because I won't put Chooch's bowl down first, and then she'll be like, "Where's mine?" She'll go up, and then who knows what could happen.
Yeah.
But no, I knew they would
And
get
she's
along.
younger than Chooch. She's got a lot more energy, probably.
A lot more, man. And she's Latina, so she's crazy.
Now, how receptive was Chooch to her at the beginning when you first brought her home? Was he looking like, what the hell was going on? Like
he was humping her a lot. In the
oh
beginning.
yeah? Oh, Chooch is trying to get busy. Okay, Chooch.
I think he hasn't done it in so long, but I think it was more so like, listen, this is my house, and I'm the king in this house.
Yeah.
I think it was a dominant thing. Like he was trying to, you know.
You think he was jealous at all?
Nah.
Does he get jealous?
Nah, I don't think so. She does.
Oh.
Yeah, if I'm petting Chooch, she comes up and tries to push Chooch out of the way. You know? Yeah, she gets jealous. But nah, Chooch doesn't get jealous.
So they share the stardom. Is it going to be like Eddie, Chooch, and CeCe soon?
I haven't. People keep saying I should change my name to, you know, Eddie, Chooch, and CeCe, but Eddie and Chooch is a brand.
Yeah.
Like I have a merch,
Yeah.
and it's Eddie and Chooch. Like my LLC is Eddie and Chooch.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll work something out. Maybe when I come out with my own product, it'll be a different LLC.
Yeah.
You know, and we'll work.
So now you're a full-time dog dad.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. I wish I could be a stay-at-home dog dad. That's the goal. That's the goal, man.
Don't worry,
I'm not
I do, me too.
I'm tired of breaking my bowls at work all the time, man. You know,
Yeah.
sick of it.
But you appreciate, as soon as you walk in the door, though, it would be different if you probably were with them all day. I mean, you appreciate them, but
Yeah.
it balances it out. Do you stress? You come home.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we'll talk about the product line in a minute. But what were you asking, Lou? I'm sorry to even cut you off, but I didn't want to forget about.
That was cool. The airport situation.
Shoo, man, it's just Philly.
Yeah.
You know, it's what I'm talking. It's just, you know, people don't want to be disrespected, man, and people have defense mechanisms, I guess, and we all grow up. We all grow up with them, right? But anyway, long story short, when you come off the plane, you know, you're walking to baggage claim, and there's a escalator. It's not a escalator per se. It just makes you go faster. So you can either walk on it or you can stand on it. Well, this chick was standing there. She wasn't in anybody's way or nothing. People were walking right past her. She was on the phone. So my girl walks past her, and then I walked past her, and she put the phone down. She's like, "What are y'all in a rush?" Like that, like real ignorant. And I'm like, I turn around and I say, "Yeah, matter of fact, I am in a rush." And that's all it took. She fucking lost it. Like she was waiting to spaz out on somebody.
Yeah.
Like she was waiting to take, and I fell for the bait. I shouldn't have, but it's hard. It's hard to turn the cheek.
Yeah.
So she's going on and on and on. I hate white people, blah, blah, blah. Trump got y'all all this shit.
And then try to switch the role on you. though.
Yeah, but I didn't even care about any of that. Like it didn't bother me. I can listen to that. But then Jalil, she started making the threats.
Yeah.
Oh, wait till you get the baggage claim. I got somebody coming.
Yeah.
Whoop-de-whoop, all this shit. So now I'm triggered. Like now I'm like, I'm activated. Like, I'm like, all right, bitch, what's up? Like, call whoever the fuck, call whoever you want to call. You know what I mean? Like, I'll be here waiting for my bag. So you call whoever the fuck you want to call. And I had some words with her, and then she was like, well, I wasn't even talking to y'all. Like, and I'm like, and that's what you see in the video. I said, you literally said it right to me.
Looked me in my eyes and said it. Who are you talking to?
I said, you literally said it right to me. And that's when she put a show on for the circus because everybody was watching at that point. 'Cause now we're at baggage claim. So then she got all loud again. She's like, I don't give a fuck where I said or who I said it to. I'll say it again. And if she got a problem, she could do something. Little white bitch talking about my girlfriend, who's obviously Puerto Rican.
Spanish.
Yeah, she's not white. And my girlfriend didn't say 2 words to her. Like the argument had nothing to do with my girlfriend, but that's what a bully does. They try to go to the path of least resistance. So she went my way. I matched her energy, and she's like, "All right, let me take the least resistance. Let me go to her."
Because she's quiet.
Yeah, because she's quiet, and she had nothing to do with the altercation, you know. And but yeah, then she tried to flip it. She wrote in the comments, you know, I blocked her because I'm not going to address anything in them comments. She tried to say he was disrespectful and racist, and everyone's like, well, what did he say that was racist? And she got no rap. She can't say nothing, but she has to try to justify what she said in the video. Little white bitch. She has to try to justify that by saying, well, he said he was racist. Come on, man. Anybody who knows me knows I vibe more with people of color, bro.
And that's why,
you know what I'm saying? Like, I do. Like, real shit. Like, I vibe with everybody, but, like, I vibe more with people of color. I'm a pretty cultured dude. I didn't grow up in a all-white neighborhood, right? Like, I didn't, you know what I mean? Like, it's just crazy work to put that smut on someone's name. It's like certain things that you don't do, right? You don't accuse someone of being certain things. Like
A rapist,
I would never
a pedophile,
a rapist, a pedophile. This shit to change your life. And for her to go out and say that, it kind of hurt my feelings a little bit. I was like, yeah, bitch, you try to take the easy.
That's why I felt the need to, like, man, I'm gonna comment on here and let people know that this shit is bullshit.
I think anybody though with half a brain
would see through it.
Because if I had said something of anything race related, she would have been talking about it on the video. Like,
right.
In the video,
like, yo, you called me this. Yeah, you would have said that in the video.
In the video, I said, you literally said it right to me, and talking about what she said. And she said, I don't give a fuck what I said or how I said it. I'll say it again. She's talking about what she said, not what I said. You know what I mean? So anybody with half a brain could tell you, you know.
Yeah, so for the record, anybody out there listening, don't listen to nothing what she said. My man Ed is far from it. Yeah, man.
From it, man.
He loves black people. He has a colored TV, man.
Oh man.
Do you think she like extended more once she found out she was extra with it once she found out you had a platform?
She did. She absolutely did. Yeah, because I didn't watch her story, but somebody was watching her stories, and it said, "Oh, I didn't know I was arguing with an influencer. Maybe next time he won't be racist or something like that." Like, I didn't see it because I had already had her blocked. I'm not. Jalil, I fell for the bait once, right? I fell for it. She fucking threw the hook line out. She caught me. I responded. And as a man, I gotta grow. I gotta just let that type of shit go. I can't even respond to it because it's people, we've had this conversation. It's people that got nothing going for them, bro. Nothing.
And
they
don't
got
mind
shit.
ruining everything you have going
Ruin
on.
everything, man. And they're just
Shit's
miserable.
crazy.
They're miserable as shit, man. And that bitch looks so, when I watched the end of that video, she's walking out the door holding her bags. She looks so miserable, bro. And I feel bad for her, to be honest. I really do. I feel bad for her.
They say if you see a wise person and a fool arguing from a distance, it looks
won't
like
be
two
able to
fools
tell
arguing.
different.
Yeah. So like you got to snoop down to her level. That's what she's expecting for you to do and hoping that you do.
And that's what
Because
you
she
did for that moment, but then you thought about it like, oh.
Well, once she found out who you were, like in your platform and, you know, all your followers, she was probably trying to get some fame off of you. Like,
that's
she
why,
got nothing going on.
That's why I would never even defend myself. I don't need to defend myself over whatever she says. You know what I mean? Then she changed her story up on TikTok, because it's on TikTok too. Yeah. She said, oh, he stuck up for a white lady who bumped into me. Bro, what? I didn't see nobody bumping you. I mind my business. If somebody bumped into you, I don't give a fuck if somebody bumped into you, right? And I said to my girl is Puerto Rican, right? She's Boricua. So I said, babe, imagine me sticking up for another woman in front of you. She said, I'll fucking kill you. I said, I know. I can't even hold a door for, you know what I mean? Yeah. So, like, it's just crazy, like your story ain't, the math ain't mathin', baby, right? Like, you're just making shit up as you go. Yeah. You know, maybe a white woman did bump into her. Maybe that's why she was pressed. Yeah. But she said something to me, and I shouldn't have reacted, man. But you live and learn, man. You live and learn. I got to remind myself I got a lot going on, and you know, some people don't got shit going on, and it's just not worth it. It's just not worth it, bro. It's not. You know, something stupid like that. Think about it. People die over that. Yeah. People die. She could have called someone. Yep. And they could have came and, you know, hit me up. I don't know. You know, just something so stupid. And that's
Philadelphia.
That's how we are in Philly, man. That's how we are, and we got to change that. You know, we got to change that mentality, bro.
It's really tough, dude.
I know.
You know, it comes back to the way you're raised and basically inheriting this type of behavior from the people before you.
Yeah, right. We in Philly. I mean, bro, we threw snowballs at Santa Claus.
But it's also, Jalil, we've had like mad combos. Like, it's like traumas that we go through. My traumas are probably way different than your traumas, but like I can remember being a young buck, walking to grade school, and this dude Marquis, he had one ear.
Oh yeah, I remember you told me.
One ear. And he was in high school. He was going to Fells, and he used to dip my pockets like all the time when I would walk to school. And it was nothing I could do. He was like 5 years older than me, you know what I mean? But like traumas like that, and you go through that, and then once you start hanging out with like, you know, your core group of friends, like there's a chip on your shoulder now, and it's like, I ain't letting that ever fucking happen again. Like, fuck you, you know what I mean? Like we, you know, and that's the mentality of this whole city, bro. It really is. And like you said, it's shit that's passed down, traumas that we go through, PTSD, whatever the fuck you want to call it, you know?
Well, there's no one to talk to about mental health, right? Especially at a young age, you're not thinking about talking to no one about your problems. And also, like, no one's teaching you conflict resolution as a kid in Philadelphia.
Right. No.
And you need conflict resolution conversations, especially in a city where there's so much conflict. Now, if you live out in the burbs, you don't need to have them talks because it's less likely for, you know, you to get someone to come and dip your pockets on the corner. But in Philly, it's, you know, more likely to happen. So we don't have no solutions at that age, you know, especially your parents, you know, they probably went through the same thing or worse the way they grew up.
Right. Yeah.
So it just keeps getting passed down.
Back in the day, right, if it was an altercation, it wasn't uncommon for the parents to come out and say, all right, go rumble them.
Yeah.
The parents watch their kids rumble in the street.
Make sure it's a fair one, yep.
It's a normal, it was a normal occurrence. You tell someone that in the suburbs, parents up there, they'd be like, oh, that's horrible parenting. That's fucking horrible. But like, it's just what it was. Like, you know what I mean? So like, we do learn it from our parents, but like, you had to do that though, in certain situations, or else, you know,
You're gonna be a victim.
right.
That's why most of these youngins is doing things and shooting and stuff like that, and then they go to jail, and now they're getting victimized crazy because they don't know how to rumble.
And they're all 100 pounds.
Yeah, they went straight from the steps to a gun, and then it was like they skipped the whole process of fighting, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Bullying, all different types of stuff you had to go through.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man.
And they throw their whole life away, man.
Yep.
They don't even.
Yep.
It's sad.
Yeah.
It really is. It's sad.
That's why Eddie said, I'm getting out of this city.
Yeah.
It's just it's just driving on the bully every day, the Roosevelt Boulevard, like. It's just crazy. People are nuts, bro.
Yeah.
And you know, if they hit you,
It's hard.
you got insurance, but they don't.
Yeah.
The cops don't come.
No.
So like now you got a citizen. I'm a citizen now. I got to put the law in my own hands. I got to go chase a motherfucker down, risk my life. For what?
To try to get a license plate that's stolen.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Or a temp tag.
The guy that was just killed around here. You know?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
blew the stop sign.
was just killed,
I mean,
man.
they blew the red light on Richmond Street. Yeah.
Bro, they're on crash out missions. Like I always say, like, you know, there was kids. I didn't get involved in stealing cars, but there was dudes in my neighborhood that did. Some of my boys did. You know what they didn't do? They didn't drive like assholes when they stole a car. You know why? Because they didn't want to get fucking caught. They weren't drawn. Like these kids just don't give a fuck. Like you in Philly now, when you got a green light, you gotta treat it like a stop sign, man.
Yeah.
You
Seriously.
I was just telling my sister that I said when you're driving, like it's not even about the way you drive; it's the way that other people drive.
Yeah,
like you
man.
have to like look both ways at a green light.
I know.
It's crazy.
Sick, man.
This dude was
Especially
going.
if you have kids.
This guy was coming on a work shift in AutoZone. You heard the story, right?
Yeah.
And he's just driving a green light, and he dies.
It's crazy, man.
It's crazy.
And I don't understand, like, there was a trail car in the video. Like, so it's like, what is it, like groups of kids that just drive reckless? Is that like a trend?
Probably.
They stole that. I think they stole the one car at Home Depot, the truck at Home Depot, and they were like following
They
behind
were
him.
tailing him so he didn't get pulled. Okay, that makes more sense. Because I didn't know. I was like, damn, like, but like if you just stole, why are you driving it that fast?
Yeah.
Do you know what it is though? You need to have like a force field around you in Philadelphia, because like say if you're this ball positivity, right? Like you're sober, you got good things going on in your life, and you're ball positivity.
It's hard to keep a righteous path, man, when you're constantly dodging obstacles.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But you got to remember the main purpose, you know, and you got to remember that again. You got more shit going on. You know what I mean? You know, You guys are so dope. You guys and guys like Wallow, man, who I was talking about earlier, North Philly, right? Just growing up where he grew up, he probably has so much PTSD. Then he did 2 decades in jail. More PTSD. Has to have to move a certain way. Then he gets out and he's just nothing but positive messages, man. That's special.
And you're getting hit with negativity, like I said, no balls of negativity, but you're just getting hit with negativity left and right just from being in the city.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. And social media can be very toxic too.
Social media is crazy.
Social media,
I see people in your comments.
Fucking crazy, man.
Yeah.
I ignore most of it,
I seen one, and I seen you going back and forth with him a little bit. It was about letting your dog out. Like, you like, keep your dog in a cage all day, and you're like, my girl comes home before me, lets her out again, and then my dog's very well taken care of. Like, why are you in my business? She was just on an island starving.
There's nothing wrong with crate training. People get it like fucked up. Like, so my girl works a different shift than me. So CeCe would only be in a crate for like an hour and a half tops, and then I would come home. But now we gave her access to the kitchen. I put a little gate up, and that's the same thing I did with Chooch. Yeah. You can't just if I let Chooch just roam the house as a puppy, bro, he would have chewed through the wall. He would have chewed wires. Yeah. It's a safety thing. You know what I mean? It's not just, so she's still being housebroken, and people don't fucking, people don't know.
Yeah.
So you're about to talk about some products or something that you got going on. Like, what's in the future for Eddie and Chooch?
Well, I'm working on putting out my own product. It's going to be like a dog vitamin, maybe a probiotic, some type of chew, something to do with health for dogs. Because I think as like people who have dogs, like, what's the main goal? You want your dog to live as long as possible. I know I do. I think about it all the time. He's going to be 8, and I'm like, man, I need you to be here for at least till you're 15 or 16. You know what I mean? So I want to put my own product out. I don't want to say I'm tired of promoting other brands, but like, I do enough of that. I want to put my own shit, man. I want to, you know what I mean? Because the goal for me is to not break my back at work every day. You know?
Right.
I would like to, be able to move and sleep until 9 a.m. every day. Fucking wake up, cook some eggs, film my dogs a little bit. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
That would be love, So we're gonna get that going, and then everybody keeps telling me I got to write a children's book. And I got some good. I'm in the process of talking with some people, and we're gonna do like a 3 series book, children's book.
Okay.
And, I don't want to put too much out there because somebody will steal my idea.
Yeah, that's heavy, bro.
Yeah.
What about like dog products as far as like brushes or any of that? Like, you already got the merch, right?
Yeah, I got the merch, eddieandchooch.com. But that's like it's a Shopify account, so I pay them a certain amount. Yeah. I don't have the time to ship out everything because I work full time, man. Yeah. I'm a busy guy. Like, you guys know how it is, man. I know you're busy as shit. Frank, Jalil, I know you're busy as shit. You guys own properties. You guys work full time. It's hard. So I do the drop shipping. It's just a little easier. So eddieandchooch.com if you want any. It's like mugs. There's some T-shirts, normal stuff. And then donate a portion of the proceeds to animal rescue. Nice. I'm actually going to Puerto Rico in January, and I'm going to present a nice check to the woman Chelsea from Souls of Satos. That's a rescue to help me rescue CeCe. So, and maybe we'll rescue major. We'll rescue another dog. Not me per se, but we'll get another dog off the street. You know what I mean? It'll be cool to show her operation because she needs the views and she needs all the support she can get.
Yeah, she helped you, so one hand wash the other.
Right, and she did everything for me, man. She made it so easy. Like, I didn't do shit. All I did was find the dog,
All right. So where can people find you at? Instagram, TikTok, and everything?
Instagram, Eddie and Chooch 215, EDDIENCHOOCH 215, on all platforms.
Okay.
So,
don't forget, my fault, Frankie, real quick. EddieandChooch.com for merch, everything, man. Make sure y'all go there and grab some stuff.
Yes, sir.
And be on the lookout for when his product comes out. He got a lot of followers. He's going to do well with it, but I'm sure he's not going to put anything out that he won't give his own dog. So
right, exactly, facts.
But what about these fake pages, real quick? Like, say it one more time, so this way, like, they're following the real you. They can look at the subscribers or the followers and know that like, all right,
Yeah.
this isn't because someone might have 100,000 people and this is a real Eddie, but it's not.
On Facebook, there is some with a lot of followers, but on TikTok, I'm verified.
Okay.
And on Instagram, I'm verified.
Okay.
I'm not verified on Facebook, but I'm not super active on Facebook either. So, but yeah, it's Eddie and Chooch 215 on all platforms.
And another thing I know he does a lot of giving back. I see you pit bulls and addicts, like you help Mike with that and stuff. You went
He's
up
a
there.
good dude.
Yeah, so got a dog lover here, got an amazing story, overcame a lot of stuff, addiction, being shot. Like, you might not even be here today if a couple of things went different ways.
Facts.
But we're happy to have you here, happy to shed light on your story. And
Yeah, it was a pleasure, man.
another
Thank
success
you,
story,
bro.
man.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, Ed.
Yup, I appreciate
Streets
you
of
guys.
success.
Thank you.